start the kirtan, so kindly start, please.
Okay, it's just Jaya Radha Madhav, isn't it?
Yeah, you can do it. Namo Vishnu Pada. That either that one or Jai Radha Madhava is fine.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunj Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunj Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadahmayam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagna Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagna Raghunatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagna Lalita Shivishakavitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shirade Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhu bhayevascha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namayo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भागवतम् उत्तमा श्लोकैर्भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody. So today we're going to be speaking about a really lovely topic. I hope you all like it. So I have a deep interest, or I suppose for the last couple of years, I've had a really deep interest in Uddhav Sandesh, and just by Lord's mercy, like so much information has kind of come to me. Like this is just this unending knowledge that like from different devotees or from the scriptures. So today I thought I would just share maybe a very, very, very minute and small part of some of the things that I've been reading and have heard. So today's topic, and please bless me that I might actually say something that is of interest to you. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to share my screen. And hopefully you'll be able to see a short presentation as I go through this the content. So let's share the screen. Like, can you all see the slides?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a very brief kind of discussion, and I was kind of, there's lots of different things I've heard about this topic in such beautiful ways. So I've really tried to condense it down into something that was very meaningful for me, and it was something along the lines of like Krishna remembers. So we're obviously always talking about the Lord, and like he, we want to learn everything about him. We want to know, his names, his pastimes, his forms, his leelas, and all these things about him. And one of the things that whilst I've been kind of delving a little bit deeper into Uddhav Sandesh, is one of the things that really struck me was that Krishna remembers. Of course he remembers, he's the Lord, but like it was a realization for me that just in the way we think of him, he thinks of his devotees, and the way his devotees think of him. Obviously, we can't speak on that level, but the fact is that if Lord thinks of the people that love him, then he remembers them, and there's reciprocation. And equally, I think the more we remember the Lord also reciprocates with us in some ways. So obviously it's not a parallel between what's happening in the spiritual world, but we can, I think, get some inspiration from the fact that because he remembers, obviously he will of course remember we are his parts and parcels, and sometimes we kind of forget that even though we talk about it. But I know certainly I do sometimes forget that. So I just that was kind of my kind of thinking about it. It was just this beautiful thing that when Krishna remembers the Vrajvasis, so obviously that is topmost, but in each and every way, like we also part and parcel of Lord. So if we remember him, then maybe one day he'll remember us also. So the verse I'm going to talk about, and it's from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.46.1. So Would anyone like to read it out?
Shall I
Yes,
go ahead,
yes,
Mataji?
please, Prabhu. Yes.
श्रीशुक उवाच वृष्णीनां प्रवरो मन्त्री कृष्णस्य दयितः सखा शिष्यो बृहस्पतेः साक्षात् बुद्धवो बुद्धिसत्तमः.
Thank you, Prabhu. And Asha Mataji, would you be kind enough to read the translation, please?
Try Mataji, thank you. Shukadev Goswami said, the supremely intelligent Uttava was the best counselor of the Vrishni dynasty, a beloved friend of Lord Sri Krishna and a direct disciple of Brakaspati.
Thank you, Mataji. And Sridhar Prabhu, would you be kind enough to read the purport, please?
Yes, Mataji. Acharyas give various reasons why Lord Krishna sent Uddhava to Vrindavan. The Lord had promised the residents of Vrindavan, Ayashya, I shall return. Bhagavatam 10.3, 39.35. It's Bhagavat, isn't it, Mataji? What?
Yes, Bhagavad, yes, Srimad Bhagavatam, yeah.
Okay. Also, in the previous chapter, Lord Krishna promised Nanda Maharaj, Trashtam Esya Maha. We will come back to see you on Mother Yashoda. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.45.23. At the same time, Lord could not break his promise to Sri Vasudeva and Mother Devaki to finally spend some time with them after they had suffered for so many years. Therefore, the Lord decided to send his intimate representative to Vrindavan in his place.
Okay, and would you be kind enough to continue?
The question may be asked, why did Krishna not invite Nanda and Yashoda to visit him in Mathura? According to Srila Jiva Goswami, for the Lord to have exchanged loving feeling Nanda and Yashoda in the same place at the same time that he was exchanging them with Vasudeva and Devaki would have created an awkward situation in Lord's pastime. Thus, Krishna did not invite Nanda and Yashoda to stay with him in Mathura. The residents of Vrindavan had their own way of understanding Krishna, and their feelings could not have been appropriately expressed on a regular basis in the kingly atmosphere of Mathura.
Thank you, Prabhu. Just a moment. Oh, sorry, where have we gone? And then the final. Okay, and there's a little bit more. Would you be kind enough, or
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you. There's two more slides. Yeah.
I couldn't see your slides are moving.
Oh, they're moving. Okay, just a moment.
It's still the same slide what I just read.
Oh. Is that better?
No, it's still the same.
Okay.
I don't see any moving of slides, Mataji.
Okay, just I did change it. Okay, just a moment. Let me just do that again. Oh, I know what it is. Okay. I've got it open twice. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
So this is Sri Uddhava is described in this verse as Buddhis Satmaha, the most intelligent, and thus he could expertly pacify the residents of Vrindavan, who were feeling such intense separation for Lord Krishna. Then, upon his return to Mathura, Uddhava described to all the members of the Vrishni dynasty the extraordinary pure love he had seen in Vrindavan. Indeed, the love the cowherd men and gopi felt for Krishna was far beyond anything the Lord other devotees had ever experienced. And by hearing about that love, all the Lord's devotee would increase their faith and devotion. As stated in the third canto by the Lord himself, Nodva Navi Api Man Ninaha. Uddhava is not even slightly different from me. Resembling Krishna so much, Uddhava was a perfect person to carry out the Lord's mission in Vrindavan. In fact, Sri Harivamsa states that Uddhava is a son of Vasudeva's brother Devabhag. Uddhavo Devabhagyasya Mahabhagaha Suto Abhavad. In other words, he is cousin brother of Sri Krishna.
Okay, thank you so much, Prabhu. Sorry that was a bit long, but thank you so
No,
much
thank you,
for
Mataji.
persevering. Thank you so much. So here, if we just go back. Like we said, this is a verse that is talking about a time in the 10th canto when Sukdev Goswami, he was the person who was narrating this. He said that Uddhav, and he says supremely intelligent. So Uddhav was a direct disciple of Brihaspati, who is the guru of all the demigods. So we can only anticipate how intelligent he is, and also he's the best counselor. So we're going to be speaking about this in a moment. And he's also a very beloved friend of Krishna. And this verse is just describing Uddhav as it was Uddhav that Lord asked to go to Vrindavan one day when after the war, the battle had been won against Kamsa. And everything was beginning to settle, and he was in his royal kind of position. He was sitting one day in Mathura and on his throne. So obviously at this time his grandfather Ugrasen is now the king again. But he's in his royal he's in his royal attire, in his royal ways, and he's sitting on the throne in a bhavan called Gridda Bhavan. And he looked out and he could see flowers, and he started to they were starting to bloom, and the leaves were sprouting on the trees, and he thought to himself that Mathura looks just like a new bride. And as he was just appreciating that lovely, beautiful, sweet scene, he remembered the pastimes of Vrindavan, and they blossomed in his heart. And basically, Rupa Goswami has written the Uddhav Sandesh, and in that he says that Uddhav Sandesh is actually the story of Vasudev Krishna. So as we know, we all say that the real Krishna stays in Vrindavan, but the Vasudev Krishna goes to Mathura. So like for Vrajvasis, they will always say Krishna is everywhere. He's still here. He never leaves Vrindavan. And so they say it's Vasudev Krishna that actually goes with Akuraji to Mathura. And he, this Vasudev Krishna that's in Mathura, he starts pouring his heart out to his intimate friend. And there are 131 slokas. So today we're just going to talk, I'm just going to kind of briefly give you a description of 35 of them. And obviously because of time limits and everything, we'll just briefly look at this, but with the endeavor that I hope you all do look into this Uddhav Sandesh, because it is so beautiful and there's so much nectar, and there's even just listening, I mean, I'm just a very novice nobody, but if you heard some of these beautiful kathas that some of the real devotees give, it's very deep, and there are so many realizations to be had in this katha. So I think my endeavor, apart from just going through this, is that everybody starts to dip into it somehow, because it's so beautiful. So Uddhav Sandesh is actually put together by Rupa Goswami. So in his kind of texts, it's also mentioned in Uddhavji is mentioned in Canto 3 and Canto 10, and he also is mentioned in chapter 11. So when Lord is descending back to his dham, he gives Uddhav the Uddhav Gita. So we obviously hear quite a lot about Bhagavad Gita, but he leaves the Uddhav Gita at the kind of at the penultimate part of his journey. So Uddhav is a very, very, very dear and very special to the Lord, and you know, he's got certain qualities. You know, here we hear he's very intelligent, he's the best counselor, he's, you know, he's a beloved friend of Krishna, and he's also a direct disciple of Brahaspati. So these are some of the really amazing qualities that Uddhav has. And then, as we hear in the purport, you know, Krishna has said, you know, when he was leaving Vrindavan, he, you know, everybody was so distressed to see him go. There was, Vrindavan became like a, I don't know, it became like a graveyard, basically. You know, like when Krishna was leaving, you know, people were in shock, people were crying, they were in disbelief, and you know, one of the ways in which Krishna was able to leave is that he said he promised his mom, his dad, that he would come back, and we can only anticipate how deep that is. You know, it's Krishna. They don't know anything but Krishna. These Vrajvasis' lives were like fully engrossed in the pastimes of Krishna. They, you know, they don't know anything but Krishna, and Krishna has lived with them in their ways, doing the things, having fun with them, killing the demons, protecting them, all the leelas that we hear. He is the fabric. He is the, you know, there is no real word to describe what he means to all these Vrajvasis. The life literally leaves them when Krishna leaves. So yeah, he's left all his people in a great deal of shock. And his mom and dad, the only way they would let him go is once he promised that I'll come back, because they were so devastated, and they promised that, and the Lord, he couldn't break his promise, but he kind of did as well. Like, he didn't go back immediately, because his other parents, Vasudev and Devaki, had also suffered, and it, in a way, you know, Krishna is very sensitive. You know, he was brought up by, you know, Nand Maharaj and Yashoda Maya, and you know, at the same time, it would feel weird if two parents bring you up and then you see that son, like, you have to imagine son is, Lord is in his Leela, he's being given that same maternal and paternal affection by somebody else. It's Krishna sensitive to that, and he, you know, he doesn't want there to be an awkward situation. There probably wouldn't be, but he's very sensitive, and he understands the emotions, the depth of the emotions that everybody has for him. And therefore, he didn't actually invite Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya to go to Mathura, because he could have done that. And this is something that Jiva Goswami explains, as we hear in the purport. The residents of Vrindavan, everybody's got their own way of understanding Krishna. You know, for some of them, he's their Gopa friend, you know, who loves to you know, herd the cows with them, who plays the flute, who, you know, for the gopis, he's their beloved. Everybody's just got a different relationship with Krishna. So, and there it's very sweet. And also the Vrajvasis, they're like cowherd boys and cowherd girls, and in, you know, and the Mathura is very opulent. It's, you know, like, it's like someone really loving and kind and wonderful going into a city, and being very very prideful, power. It's more of a power thing. And I think Krishna, I think from what Srila Prabhupada's saying, is that Krishna understood these feelings that everybody, they may feel that they may feel uncomfortable with that. And so he couldn't invite his parents, or he couldn't invite anyone. But and also he couldn't express his feelings that he would, because now he's in a kingly way. So the mood would be different, and everything would be different. And he's kind of sensitive to that, because circumstances and situations have changed. And Mathura is a different place. So he sends Uddhav, and it says he's Buddhi Sattamaha, the most intelligent. Because he feels like, well, there's different reasons he sends Uddhav, but one of the reasons is he thinks, okay, he can expertly pacify the residents of Vrindavan. But there are other reasons why Krishna sends him. One of them being that, Uddhav is very intelligent, but he wants Uddhav to also learn something in this situation as well. And he's he wants him to expertly pacify. So Krishna wants Uddhav to speak to the Vrajvasis and actually and pacify them, to give them some solace, because they're in deep, intense separation from him. And there's descriptions in Krishna book, where some of the Vrajvasis are talking to bees, and it's very deep, and the separation is very intense. And Krishna, not just bees, they see Krishna everywhere. It's a different level of intenseness, and it's separation, which we hear is the Vipralamba Bhav, is one of the most is the highest form, like being in that intense separation from Lord, with this thirst to see him. And they can't forget Krishna. Everybody's trying to remember Krishna. We have to do all these things to remember him, but they just can't forget him. And they can never ever forget him, and they're in this constant pain because the thing that they want most is not before them, or it is before them, but they recreate that depth and that love, and that they keep giving and giving and giving all their emotions and their love and everything they've got. They keep giving it to Krishna, and that's that's their love, is just to give. They don't think like, oh, we want to see Krishna for ourselves. It's like they think, oh, if Krishna doesn't, if he doesn't come, and how will he be when he walks, from that forest? What will his feet will be tired, or there'll be thorns. Or they're always thinking about Krishna, like constantly in that mood that it's about Krishna. It's not it's not in the same way as like maybe that we see in the material world. So Uddhav would describe to all the members of Vrishni dynasty the extraordinarily. So when he did return Uddhav from Mathura, Krishna sent him to pacify him, the Vrajvasis. But when he actually did return, so when Uddhav then did go to Vrindavan, when he came back, I think Srila Prabhupada is saying that he actually, that was the moment that he was able to actually explain what pure love and what extraordinary pure love that he had seen in Vrindavan. And indeed, love and the cowherd men and gopis felt for Krishna was far beyond anything the Lord's other devotees have ever experienced. And by hearing about that love, all the Lord's devotees would increase their faith and devotion. So therefore, when we hear these extraordinary pastimes that Uddhav experienced when he went to Vrindavan. By hearing them, everybody also automatically develops and increases their faith and devotion alongside them. So, the gopis, the gopas, the Vrajvasis, they're so pure that just by hearing about them, something changes. We get more purified, and the more we read it, we also develop our love and faith in Krishna. So third canto, like I said, Uddhav also appears. He's talking to Vidurji, and in that it says that Uddhav is not slightly different from me. So this is Lord speaking. So if we can imagine, Lord has all his devotees, but Uddhav is obviously very special to him and he also looks he looks like him, is identical. And Krishna himself says that he's not slightly different from me. And he therefore feels he's the perfect person to take this message across. And he's, as we hear, that he's the son of King Vasudev, and therefore he's also Krishna's cousin brother. So there's obviously a deep relationship between them. Uddhav was worshipping Krishna in a more kind of as more of he's the God, he's the personality of God. He knows he's the personality of Godhead. He's worshipping him in the more jnana form. And this, I think, what we'll unveil is that after Uddhav goes to Vrindavan, he actually realizes that the love that the gopis and the gopas and his Anand Maharaj and Yashoda Maya and everybody has for him, the Vrajvasis, the cows, the whole of Vraj has for him, is on just a completely different level. There's no gyan involved in that. It's just pure love, pure bhakti. They actually can't get Krishna out of their minds, and they actually say that when Uddhav says to them, you just remember Krishna all the time. And then the gopis say, that's the problem, we can't forget him. They just genuinely, their whole life is just based around Krishna. And one thing I heard in a lecture was that when Uddhav actually did go to Vrindavan, what Krishna did, he asked his Yogmaya potency to actually create the same atmosphere as when Krishna was there. So that there was some jubilation, there was obviously sadness, but there was also this mood and of like when Krishna was there, how everything would be perfect, everything would be loving, everything would revolve around him, everybody would wait for him, the cows would wait for him, the gopis, the gopas, they all wanted to play with him. So everything revolves around Krishna, and Lord Krishna wanted Uddhav to experience that also, that loving mood and the exchanges. So just before we start talking about some of the verses in Uddhav Sandesh, just quickly, just if we just go around the group and if we can just brainstorm what intelligence means to us, because in Bhagavad Gita and in Krishna book and in other scriptures, I think Lord wants us to be intelligent. There's verses that say that our intelligence should be steadfast and so forth. So can we just individually, what does the word intelligence mean to us? If we can just go around. So Gaurangi Mataji, what does the word intelligence mean to you?
Hare Krishna Mataji, what
Hare
have you
Krishna.
said?
Hare Krishna. Just what do you think it means when we say to be intelligent?
Intelligent means very clever, or who is intelligent. He know everything. Mataji, very clever boy.
Excellent. Yes. So there's a clearness about them. They're sharp. they know a lot. So there's a lot of gyan. They know a lot about a lot. So when we use the word intelligent, it means clever. They know lots of things about lots of things. So again, like it's gyan. Ram Lala Prabhu, your definition of intelligence, please.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Intelligence actually is a synonym as a wisdom. So who
Yes,
is the
wisdom.
wisdom person? And it is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, 13 chapter 8 to 12. Intelligent. Who can define what is matter and spirit? That is
Beautiful. Okay, so somebody so they have wisdom. So wisdom is something very deep. It's cultivated over a long period of. It's something that it gives you the discrimination power of what is material, what is spiritual, what is truth, what is not. Yeah, excellent. That's a beautiful. And yesterday I was reading about wisdom. Yeah, that definitely. So intelligence is wisdom. Excellent. Sridhar Prabhu, what does the word intelligent mean for you?
Intelligent for me, Mataji, it's just more like yeah, as Prabhu said, wisdom, sharpness, and then shastric knowledge, and then try to understand the intricacy with with the intelligence that they gained. That's my core intelligence.
Yeah, the intricacies. Yeah, it's like the sharpness, the so the depth. To be able to go in deeply into something. Yeah,
Yeah,
to understand what is what. And
yeah, not taking into like a kind of on the subtle level, but not on the like on the surface level. Go more into deep to understand what it really means. That's the kind of intelligence.
yeah, so it's got layers, and it develops, not just looking at the surface, but
Yeah.
thank you. That's again very beautiful and profound. Thank you so much. And Asha Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji. I think it's like bright and vast knowledge, capable of thinking, understanding everything.
Yeah. It's deep. Yeah, it's deep. What it's vast knowledge. You have to understand everything. So it's not just like one thing, but being able to look at all the things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So it's it's a really deep understanding of everything. So not just, of the bigger picture and everything that's going around. Thank
Yeah,
you so
like a
much.
deep understanding of a deep concept than rather than on the top.
Yeah, it's deeper. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I think.
deeper. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much, Mataji. And Amol Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Mataji. From my perspective, intelligence means it is buddhi yogam. Krishna says, Tesham satayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. The steps coming to Krishna, the process, who understands that process, that is what he is called intelligent person. The process itself is intelligence because it will free from the material entanglement. That is intelligence, the Krishna mentions.
That is so beautiful. Yeah. So the Lord's himself's definition is the understanding the actual process to him, which actually liberates us from all the pangs of distress and brings us closer and excellent of Lord. So yes, so that's the Lord's words himself, and all of the definitions that you've given, they're completely right, and they're all what intelligence is about. So Uddhav, if you can imagine, he's all of these things. Yeah, Uddhav is very intelligent in so many ways, and also these are the qualities that, because they're dear to the Lord, as we heard Lord say, then we should also try to develop these qualities as much as possible. So then also Krishna says he's a counselor. So if you can imagine, he's like not a prime minister, but sort of like a prime minister, but not a prime minister, but he counsels Krishna. So imagine you're an actual counselor of the Lord. I mean, that is big. And he's the counselor of the state, and obviously of the kingdom. So again, these are qualities that we should try and develop as devotees, because these are dear to the Lord. So again, if we go around in reverse order this time, just what qualities, again, qualities makes one a good counselor? So what qualities or skills do we need to make us a good counselor? Yeah, because we're all doing it all the time. So we'll go in reverse order. So we'll start with Amol Prabhu. So what makes someone a good counselor? What quality?
Hare Krishna Mataji. So, for example, there was an instance, I'm just trying to explain with the situation. When there is a Yudhishthira wanted to do Rajasuya sacrifice. At the same time, Jarasandha, he has captured so many of the kings in his kingdom, in his prison. And so one of those kings, so they have escaped and came to Krishna and then asking for help to relieve all other people who are all captured by Jarasandha. At the same, Krishna asks Uddhava, so Uddhava, what should we do? So whether we need to go to the Rajasuya sacrifice or we should go and help all the kings who are captured by Jarasandha. So then Uddhava gives very intelligent counsel to Krishna, saying that so in order to perform Rajasuya sacrifice, Yudhishthira has to conquer many kings. So if Bhimsen, he go and fight with Jarasandha and release all these kings, and you accompany Bhim, then it will be a perfect situation. So balancing all the aspects of the scenario and fulfilling everyone's request. So that is what I call giving a counsel or balanced approach. So that's why Krishna always asks Uddhava such kind of
Oh, Prabhu, that's brilliant and beautiful. And you used like Uddhava's example as well. Yeah, so he thought about everything, he balanced it. His answer was balanced. So being in balance, and also finding the best scenario or the best solution for the best outcome is, which is like a win-win on both sides. So amazing. Yeah, what a perfect example. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for sharing. So Asha Mataji.
I think a good counselor is able to understand others' feelings.
Excellent. Yeah, do you want to carry on?
No, Mother, that's it.
So to understand someone's feelings, so they have to have empathy. They have to, understand the feelings of someone. Just because someone's saying something, they have to be able to go deeper and understand what is the root behind what someone is expressing. So they have to be able to understand the feelings. So it's not always, the counsel doesn't always come from the mind all the time, but also from the sensitivity of the heart. So definitely that is an amazing quality of a counselor, because again, they're working from the best interest of everyone. Thank you so much. Sridhar Prabhu.
For me, Mataji, a good counselor means you should be a good listener.
Excellent.
And
Yeah.
then try to understand situation very well, and then try to find a good solution to them instead of imposing what they would like to do. Instead of understand situation from their perspective and try to give a solution that makes everyone happy.
Beautiful, excellent. Yeah. And listening skills, they're so important, because so many times, we listen just to finish something off or but deeply, intentionally listening to someone, it means that we don't impose our own thoughts or views, but we're just giving them that space to just express themselves so that we can understand them. So we don't jump to judgments or conclusions, etc., but we actually listen to hear what that person would like to express. Thank you so much, Sridhar Prabhu. That's lovely. Ram Lala Prabhu?
Yeah, already two definitions already given.
Yeah,
Nicely.
you'll have to think of another one.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, who understand properly and whatever the requirement, especially one person we can point out, Narada Muni. So actually giving advice to different person, different way. For example, Dhruva Maharaj, he gave advice. Also Praseta, he gave another way of advice. He gave advice to also even Kongsha Maharaj. Different way, differently, different person differently. But main thing, shaking someone to raise his consciousness. What is the right to do? What is the right way to do? That is the main way to correcting someone, or not immediately say this is correction. Purpose behind is correcting someone, so have to make it higher purpose. So to raise consciousness.
Yeah, beautiful. See, okay, so it's to raise the consciousness of the person. So to be a counselor, we are elevating them, and Lord does that so perfectly, because different people, like you said, the Prachetas, the Dhruv Maharaj, whoever Lord is speaking to, he's elevating them, because he's making them, from wherever they are, he's raising their consciousness. And Lord has this ability that we see in so many different circumstances, that he can relate to people from the level that they are at. So it's the understanding, okay, where is this person, or where is this situation, or where are these people at the moment? And from there, the good counsel raises the consciousness. That is such an amazing addition to the already the great balance, the answers we already have. Amazing. Thank you so much, Ramlala Prabhu and Gaurangi Mataji. What do you think makes a good counsel? What qualities do you think we need? Is she there? Gaurangi Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji, did you ask something with me,
Yeah.
Mataji? I didn't
So
hear properly.
Mataji, what qualities
Yes.
makes one a good counselor? So what qualities do we need to have? What,
No idea, Mataji.
So you're a very good like when you're helping somebody, what qualities, how do you do it?
I think is who do that person, their quality is maybe best one, good one.
It's a good, yeah. You have to be good. One of the qualities is, yes, you have to come from a place of good, isn't it?
Yeah, Mataji, I think so.
Yeah,
Otherwise, no idea, Mataji.
Okay, so yeah, I think I know you've just reworded it, but you actually have to be the quality of goodness has to be in you to be a good counselor. So obviously you can't be a counselor and give advice to someone on the mode of in a passionate or an ignorant way. You at least have to be in the space of goodness. Like, it's a quality that it needs to be there, so that you can give either spiritual or at least advice. And it goes back to what Ram Lala Prabhu said, that it raises the consciousness. So if you have somebody that's if someone's in a distressed state, and then they ask, the counselor has to get them from that distressed state and lift them up. And that requires the quality of at least goodness, if not spiritual consciousness. So thank you so much, Mataji. That was amazing as well. And
okay, thank you, Mataji. You very nicely explained, Mataji. Thank you.
I think Krishna's helping.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, Mataji, you're there. Yes.
Yeah.
You can answer the next question.
Oh no, this one I can little bit add.
Okay, yes,
Like,
please.
yeah.
Yes.
To be a good counselor, I think I am adding, I am with everybody that
Yeah.
who is able to like to be stable in variable situation, and who can handle also or take action from the past experience, and who can transform one like tamo gun, rajagun, who can transform one to the you mention as uplifting, to transform in good position. So that is the quality of a counselor also.
Excellent. Yes. And
Okay.
you know, the ability to learn from your past, your
Past,
past,
yes.
your experience, it has to be there, hasn't it? Like you give advice based on something deeper inside that you know that the wisdom has come from, and therefore you advise so that there's something inside you that helps you to help the other person. Excellent. And you said stable. I think that's really important. Like a counselor can't become so entangled in the problem that they can't find a solution. Like you said, like you want to move them from one state to another state. So you can't, if the counselor was to become engrossed in the problem, then they can't. And if they're not stable, they themselves will go down. But if they're stable, then they're able to do the uplifting. So amazing. Yes, amazing qualities that again that a good counselor has.
Exactly.
So
Thank you, Mataji.
thank you. Okay, so this is the last question. So before we go on to the last bit, so how do we become a beloved friend of Krishna? Whose footsteps? So let's just brainstorm some of the people we can follow. Because obviously everything we learn in devotional life, it's Shravanam, Kirtanam, and Mananam. We have to be able to reflect on it. We have to be able to apply that into our life. If we don't do Mananam and Nidya, if we don't really imbibe, we have to, when we're going into Shastra, we are going in with the to hear, to understand, to learn, but also the main thing is that we want to apply it so that we can also develop our love for Krishna, and we want a relationship with him. So whose footsteps, there's so many devotees. So should we just list them, like everybody just gives a like maybe one, whose footsteps can we follow in to become a beloved friend, because Krishna says Uddhav is his beloved friend, and obviously we want to become a beloved of Krishna. So who apart from Uddhav, who else's footsteps can we follow in? How to become a devotee of, or how to become a beloved friend of Krishna? Whose footsteps can we, how do we do that? Because it has to be practical for us. It has to be, we have to be able to apply it into our own lives. So we'll go with Ram Lala Prabhu this time. He's right in the middle.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah, this is the vital question actually. We have to follow, actually, first thing we have to follow Guru Krishna. Guru, then Krishna. So first we have to follow the footsteps of Guru, because as bona fide Guru, he is actually final link with Lord Krishna. So that's why you have to stick on Guru. Guru Mukho Padmo Vaikko Chittite Koriya Ukko. That is the footsteps should be Gurudev, my Gurudev. Then by the result will come. Whatever others, we can give many other example, but main thing Guru. Then I can give another. We are following Gauranga Mahaprabhu or whatever, and already mentioned. You mentioned Prahlad Maharaj, whatever Mahajan, but it's other devotee they will mention. But main thing we have to first step is Guru. Then from his other will come. Shukdev Maharaj or other thing will come. The main thing Guru. Hare Krishna.
Beautiful. Thank you. We're so lucky to have you. So Guru, Guru is a mercy representation of the Lord. So if we follow in the footsteps of, Guru, then the next step will come, the next step will come. So everything comes by the mercy of the Guru. So yeah, that's the perfect answer. Does anyone have anything different from that? Otherwise, we can move on.
I think,
Yeah.
Mataji, I think if you follow the Shastras,
Yeah.
that is the kind of footstep which will allow us to be as close as possible to Krishna. I mean, of course,
Beautiful. Yeah.
Guru is very, very important in
Yeah.
our progress. And then I think the Guru will also teach us to follow Shastra, read scriptures properly, and follow the footsteps of what was said to us by the scriptures. If we follow that properly, then we'll be very, very beloved to Krishna.
Beautiful. Yeah. So the Shastras, that talks about everything, doesn't it? It talks about every devotee.
Yeah.
And so, normally we are recommended to follow the Shastras. And the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, they all, the words of the Lord, the Leelas of the Lord, they are the Lord Himself. So eventually, we go down this road where we study the scriptures as Krishna, and we learn and we follow from that. Again, perfect answer, Guru and Shastra. Yeah, excellent, brilliant. Any other answers?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, with Guru, Shastra, then devotee. Like Krishna himself told that ama hote ama bhakta baro. And he told that je kore amar ash, ami kori tar sarbonash. This is completely Bengali pronunciation.
Yeah.
That who desire me, I take everything. I do ruin of him, but তারপরেও যে না ছাড়ে আশ আমি হই তার দাসেরও দাস. That means after doing ruin, still one who doesn't leave the lotus feet of Krishna, he becomes the dash of his dash. So we should also follow the footstep of the devotees of Krishna. That is most important.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful. So yeah,
Thank you.
following in these footsteps of these devotees, where some of these devotees, they have so much, like you say, everything taken away.
Yeah.
And because Lord favored them. So to
Kunti
be
Devi is one of
Kunti
the
Devi, yeah, I was
examples.
exactly thinking Kunti Devi in my mind as well. So Kunti Devi and all of these devotees that we see in Srimad Bhagavatam, like Kunti Devi, Arjuna,
Bali Maharaj,
Bali
what happened
Maharaj.
to him?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Please, Mataji,
there's
yeah.
so many examples. Excellent. Thank you so much, Mataji. Anybody else want to share anything? Asha Mataji, Gaurangi Mataji?
Mataji, nothing, Mataji, no idea.
Yeah, like
I'm enjoying Mataji.
Okay.
Everybody talking so nice, Mataji. Thank you.
That's excellent counseling skills, Gaurangi Mataji. Asha Mataji?
Gobas and Gopikas, like cowherd boys.
Yes. So the Rajvasis, yeah. So
yeah, they think the Krishna. They don't treat Krishna as a Lord of the universe. They treat him as a friend.
Yes.
So if we follow that, we can. I personally, I treat Krishna like my friend. Like, where is my handbag? I just keep asking him. Did you see my handbag? Have you seen this nice car? Something like that, Manager. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm
and
wrong.
it comes, doesn't it? It will come. You'll find your handbag. Yeah, so treat him as a friend. Build a relationship with him. And exactly, like, eventually, this is the deepest thing that these devotees are teaching us, is to develop a relationship with the Lord. And we follow in their footsteps. So so from what everybody said, from Guru to Shastra to devotees to the Rajvasis, every line, that's actually the actual process that, you know, Srila Prabhupada said that we were Rupanugas, and Rupa Goswami is a Manjari, and therefore we link into the Leela through that route, or we, you know, we go through the Guru Parampara, like to Lord Brahma, Narad, etc. So we link in a way, but we also develop a relationship with the Lord in following in the footsteps of his most dearest devotees. So excellent again. Nice discussion. Right, okay, so these are just some ways that we can apply, which makes us, this helps us to develop those qualities that, you know, this is one of the reasons that Lord sends Uddhav. So this is going back to the main point, and I hope is everyone okay for time? Otherwise, we can end it there. I can go on a little bit longer.
Yeah, you can. For me, it's okay. Still okay.
Okay. Amol Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, we can go another 6 minutes or so. Yeah.
6. Okay. Right. So I'm not going to get. I'll try and do this as kind of quick as I can. Okay, but just to get into, so basically, we understand that Lord remembers his beautiful pastimes in Vrindavan. And like I said, Rupa Goswami has, so there's a couple of references. There's the Krishna book, chapter 46. He mentions there's the Uddhav Sandesh written by Rupa Goswami. It's also mentioned in parts of Bhagavatam, Canto 10 and 3. So, you know, this is Lord's remembrance. And just before we just go into the little few verses that I'm just going to describe, if we could just, Gorangi Mataji will know this recently because we've been singing this song so much in something else, but this is a song that we learned repeatedly in a retreat that we went to. So just to get us into the mood of Vrindavan, so if I do one verse and then you all follow after me, that would be great. Vrindavana Ramyastana Dibya Chintamani Dhama Ratna Mandira Manohara.
Vrindavan,
Carry on, everybody.
Vrindavana Ramya Divya Sindhamani Dama Ratana Mandira Manohara.
Vrindavana Ramyastana Dibya Chintamani Dhama Ratna Mandira Manohara.
Vrindavana
Divya Sindhamani Radhana Mandira
Avrita Kalindini Re Raja Hamsa Keli Kare Tahe Shobhe Kanaka Kamala.
Aprita Kalindini Raja
Tahe shobhe
Kamala.
kamala.
तारमध्ये हेमपीता अष्टडाले बेस्तिता अष्टडाले प्रधन नायिका
तारामध्ये
हेमपीता अष्टदाले बेस्तिता अष्टदाले
तारमध्ये रत्नसाने बसियाचे दुई जने श्याम संगे सुंदरी राधिका
मध्ये रत्नसाने श्यामा संगे सुंदरी राधिका
रूपलवन्य राशि अमिया परिचे खासी हस्य परिहस संबसाने
रूपलवन्यराशि अमिया परिचे खासी
नरतो दास कोय नित्य लीला सुख मोय सदाए सुफुरुक मोर माने
नरोत्तमदास नित्य लीला सुखमोय सदा प्रभुक मोर मान.
Beautiful Vrindavan is filled with Chintamani gems and many jewel palaces and temples. Many regal swans play in the waters of the Yamuna, and in those waters a splendid golden lotus flower grows. In the middle of the lotus is a golden place surrounded by 8 petals. On these 8 petals, the 8 principal gopis reside, and in the center, Lord Shyamasundar and beautiful Srimati Radharani sit on a jewel throne. The great beauty of the divine couple and their charming joking and laughing continually showers nectar everywhere. Narottama Dasa says, I pray to these blissful, eternal, transcendental pastimes of the divine couple may always be manifested in my heart. So this is a beautiful prayer. And that leads us on to just to briefly describe that there are, like I said, 331 verses. So I was going to read. I won't do all 1 to 35 because we haven't got the time, but I'll just maybe read one. I'll read a little bit just to give you the essence, and maybe I can do this another time when I have a chance. But I'm going to just read one. It's so difficult to choose which one. A more confidential point in that in Mathura, Krishna's Vasudev expansion was present, who up to the time of Akrura being sent by Kamsa to bring Krishna to Mathura, had been present in the body of Krishna for the purpose of killing the demons. Accepting prayers from demigods and other pastimes that were tinged by the mood of awe and reverence, Krishna himself is always enjoying intimate loving pastimes in Vraja. Thus, he never steps out of Vraja, Vrindavan, or has anything to do with what goes on beyond the borders of Rajtham or Raj pastimes. For the purpose of satisfying the devotees who wish to reciprocate with him in different moods which cannot be accommodated in Raja, he has expanded himself in unlimited forms. Thus, we find in this Uddhav Sandesh Vasudev requesting Uddhav to go to Vrindavan to pacify the friends and relations of Krishna by reminding them of their pastimes with Krishna. Also, Vasudev Krishna is lamenting his being separated from the body of Krishna and thus no longer being able to witness the intimate, simple relationship between the Vrajvasis and Krishna. Having heard from the swan messenger sent by Lalita Saki about the intense sufferings of the Vrajvasis due to their separation from Krishna, the message was given to the swan is recorded in Rupa Goswami's wonderful book Hansaduta. His own mood of separation has increased. Thus, he wished to reach out to Vrajvasis. Through this message, he is sending Uddhav, his intimate devotee, friend, and advisor, so that he may witness the pure, unmotivated love of the Vrajvasis, especially the love of the Vraj Gopis. So, the result of Uddhav going to Vrindavan and seeing the love of the Vrajvasis was that he prayed for and got the benediction to reside in Vraja as a simple creeper so that he could get the dust of the lotus feet of the Vrajvasis. Uddhav is residing eternally on the bank of Kusum Sarovar as Gulma Lata, a creeper. If the question is asked, where was the original Krishna if he had not left Vrindavan, the simple truth is that he was hiding in the bushes watching the fun. Gridda Bhavan, a place of recreation where kings or princes would enjoy playing chess, etc. Thereafter, Krishna, due to the sudden remembrance of the Vrindavan pastimes, started to breathe very heavily, and the lotus garland around his neck began to shake. As Krishna remembered his amazing pastimes with the Raj Gopis, instant tears flowed from his eyes. Due to his being unable to enjoy those pastimes again, he became stunned and looked like a painted picture. Then Lord Krishna thought for a moment how to cross the other shore of the ocean of distress and proceed up to the jewel-studded roof of the palace. Seeing that Uddhav had come close to him, he wished to reveal his heart to him, but due to the feelings of love, no words were able to come out. Oh, ocean of good qualities, Uddhav, you are my closest relative. Due to your advice and directions, we Yadavas are enjoying full prosperity. For these reasons, I wish to give you the service of fulfilling a very secret desire of mine. If one gives one's desired work to a person who is full of good qualities, then he can be sure of the result. Sukadev Goswami said, the supremely intelligent Uddhav was the best counselor of the Vrishni dynasty, a beloved friend of Lord Krishna and a direct disciple of Brihaspati, which is what we just read in Srimad Bhagavatam. Uddhav is the cousin brother of Vasudev Krishna. My friend, when we heard from Gandhani Nandana, that's Akura, Kamsa's puffed up order, we came along with him from Vrindavan to Mathura. At that time, the young Vrajagopis entered into an ocean of separation from me. Oh, my dear friend, they are now, somehow or other, keeping their life force within their body. The order of Kamsa was that please go to Nanda's village where the two sons of Anuka Madakshuba are living, and without delay bring them here on this chariot. Oh, my friend, all of these gopis, beautiful Srimati Radharani, who has no equal and is more dear to me than my life, is somehow at this time remaining alive due to Lalita and her other gopi friends tactfully convincing her that I will be returning to Vrindavan very soon. O best of advisors, Uddhav, you please go to Nandgam, the capital of Nand Maharaj, which is situated on a beautiful hill covered by wonderful creepers and the best of trees and surrounded by a wall made of priceless jewels. There kindly deliver my message to Srimati Radharani, who has been bitten by the snake of separation and is feeling unlimited anguish in her heart. Please try to bring her back to life and make her happy again. Oh, my dear friend, in this universe there are many holy and important places where I appear in various deity forms to bring happiness to my pure devotees like yourself. But I honestly swear to you that there is no place which brings more happiness to my heart than Gokula, Vraja. There in Vraja Vrindavana, what to speak of the moving beings, even the trees, creepers, grass, and other non moving living entities would have been burnt up by the fire of separation long ago if it was not for the tears of the gopis falling on them. My dear friend, when the gopis would see me even a little distressed, they would become very unhappy, but they would not become even a little distressed if a mountain of unhappiness came upon them. So please do not tell them about the unlimited happiness I am feeling due to their separation. Simply remind them how much I love them. Oh, brother, Nandishwar Hill, Nandgaon, is far from Mathura, so you please leave immediately. The road is easy and very beautiful. When you will enter into an ocean of bliss upon seeing Vraja, I will become happy, because when a highly qualified person becomes happy, his dear friends also become happy. By the route which Uddhava was sent, Nandgaon is about 90 kilometers from Mathura. Uddhav was sent on the same route which Krishna had come from, Nandgaon, which some of you might have been to. The next 20 shlokas describe the route which Krishna wishes Uddhav to take. So I'll just read a few. I'll read 3 of them for time's sake, and then we'll continue another time. O wise one, the first place you will see is a journey on your journey to Gokarna Kshetra, where the husband of Gauri, Shiva, stays in the form of Gokarna just to resume the living entities from the ocean of distress. Very close to Gokarna Kshetra is the Sangam of Saraswati and Yamuna rivers, which fulfills all the desires of the living entities. When I first arrived in Mathura, it was at Yamuna Saraswati Sangam that the beautiful women of Mathura welcomed me with their beautiful sidelong glances. One beautiful lady had addressed her friend thus: "Oh, that Krishna, who, by the sweet playing of his flute, caused the clothes of the gopis to loosen, is today standing before you. All glories to you." O Uddhav, next happily proceed to Ambikavan, which bestows the topmost bliss. In that Ambikavan, I freed the Vidyadhar of the name Sudarshan from the form of the snake suddenly who had come suddenly from Kalia Lake and tried to swallow my father Nand Maharaj. When I freed my father, the gopis became very happy. O patient one, you then sit on your chariot, but you do not need to go to that place on the bank of the Yamuna, where I hurled the tusks of the elephant Kuvalya Apida, because gentle persons have nothing to do with the demons. First proceed south and then to the north. You will arrive at Tirtharaj, Akuraghat, where there are many varieties of flowers and birds. Then go ahead from that place where I have shown Akura, my four-armed form, and the Vrajvasis um, Gokula. Now you will pass the residence of Yajnok Brahmins, who had refused to feed me even though I requested them. You may not wish to see them, but still you shall pass close to their houses, and even if you do not wish to see their wives, who are always singing about my pastimes, you should take their darshan and purify your eyes. The residence of Yagna Brahmins, known as Bhojanastali, or is known as Bhojanstali, which some of you may have visited, or Batrol. Uddhav, you please next quickly pass through the Totik Tirth, which is full of many varieties of flowers and trees. The first time I went through that area, a chaste flower girl looked at me with spontaneous love and raised her 2 arms while gently smiling. This is the area in the modern world as the area between Akura Ghat and Chatikara, and it's known as Kotik Tirth, and it's topmost.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Shall I stop there?
Yes, Mataji. So we
Okay.
are 25 minutes past already.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just end there. So in this way, there are some lots and lots of verses which describe Lord and his journey. He's actually remembering all these pastime places, and he's explaining them to Uddhav. Maybe another time we can talk about these. But my takeaway points was, man is made by his belief. As he believes, he is so. Anything that happens for good. Change is the law of the universe. I think Krishna is teaching us this. And love is not confined to romantic relationships only. It encompasses love for all loving beings and the world around us. And although Krishna is conceivable, Krishna loves us and everything. And we have to remember, we have to build our relationship back. Because if Krishna can remember the Vrajvasis in this much detail, we can also follow in these great footsteps. And we can't become like them, but we can follow in their footsteps, and so that maybe one day Krishna remembers us as well. So that's it. So I will hopefully one day if I have a chance, go through the full Uddhav Sandesh, but that's it. So thank you very much for listening, and I apologize. Please forgive me for any offenses, and please forgive me for going over time, which is very normal for me. Sorry.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. It's a very beautiful pastimes, Mataji. We really enjoy this ones, but yes, the time is going, so then we may miss so much of nectar from you. It is a very, very wonderful session, Mataji, and the way you have engaged all of us with intelligence and counseling. It is very perfect. Thank you so much, Mataji. And dear devotees, if you have got any comments to Mataji and any questions to Mataji, kindly share.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Actually, the time constraint. The thing is a very quick comment. Actually, it's not question. So actually, the comment is wonderful session, and questioning and answering also very, very nice. How Mataji's appreciation is very nice. And finally, is the bhajan. I really wonderful way Mataji's the melody and the way of I like to hear more and more. Actually, so nice. Actually, amazing. Overall, is amazing. So thank you very much, Mataji. I am very, very happy to hear your session. I will remember that one.
It's all your mercy, Prabhu. And we learned it. I mean, Gorangi Mataji's heard it. Like, we learned it in a retreat we went to. So this song never leaves my mind now because we sang it so many times. So
Yes, Mataji, it's a very nice song. The God brother sing very nicely, Mataji. Never, forgot. We remember that, Mataji.
Yeah, we heard it from a sannyasi Maharaj, so I think the words have stayed with us. So please, everybody, tomorrow sing Vrindavan Ramyastan, because it really actually makes you feel like you're in Vrindavan.
Really, Mataji, it was wonderful session overall for everything. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Big horrible.
Okay, so Nrsimhadev prayers.
Can we all unmute all of us at once and do Lord Hari Bols to Mataji once?
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji. Your nice class, Mataji. Thank you very much.
All glories to you. Thank you for listening. I do apologize about the time. I don't know. I never can really manage it.
Mataji, if you're happy, we shall move to the next part of our program.
Yes,
please. Yeah. And maybe Smritikana Mataji can accompany you.
Yep, okay. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Pralada Ladadaine.
Pralada Ladadaine.
Hiranyakashipur Vakshaha.
Hiranyakashipur Bhaksha.
Shilatankana Kalaye.
Shila টঙ্কা নাখালয়ে
Ito Narsimho Parato Narsimho
ইতো নরসিংহ পরত নরসিংহ
Narasimham Dim Sharanam Prapade
নরসিংহমাদিম শরণম প্রপাদে
Bahe Narsingho Hridaye Narsingho
বাহি নরসিংহ হৃদয়ে নরসিংহ
Narasinghamadim Sharanam Prapade
নরসিংহমাদিম শরণম প্রপাদে
Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare
তব কর কমল ভরে নাখাম অভূত শৃঙ্গার দলিত হিরণ্যকশিপু তনু ভৃঙ্গাম কেশবধৃত নরহরি রূপ জয় জগদীশ হরে জয় জগদীশ হরে জয় জগদীশ হরে
Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev
জয় নরসিংহদেব 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 জয় নরসিংহদেব
Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Bhakta Prahlad
জয় ভক্ত প্রহ্লাদ ভক্ত প্রহ্লাদ ভক্ত প্রহ্লাদ জয় ভক্ত প্রহ্লাদ
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ
Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol
নিতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল নিতাই গৌর প্রহরি বল
Srila Prabhupada ki
জয়
Dev Bhagwan ki
জয়
Prahlad Maharaj ki
জয়
Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki
জয়
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, RadhaSevika Mataji and Sita Sundari Mataji. Very beautiful combination. Very nice, Mataji.
থ্যাংক ইউ হরি বল
Hare Krishna. Okay, so now we are already 35 minutes past. So, Mataji, RadhaSevika Mataji, if you are happy, we shall conclude our session for tonight and see you tomorrow morning for Japa session at 5:30 a.m.
Will do. Thank you. Hare Krishna, everyone. Enjoy your evening.
হরে
Hare
কৃষ্ণ
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
सर्वश्रेष्ठ कृपा सिंधु विश्वपतितनं
कृष्ण कृपा सिंधु पैतानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय। Have a Krishna consciousness, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.